Welcome to Anything You Want. If you love inside stories, sharp analysis, and the kind of celebrity updates that make the comment section buzz, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and if you want to give extra support, hit the join button on our channel. Now, let's get into it. A tranquil chapter in one of Turkey's most watched romances has been interrupted by an unexpected, intensely public disturbance. What until recently seemed like steady affection between Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin has been unsettled after a chain of private messages, reportedly originating from a former suitor, found their way into the couple's intimate orbit. The leak of those texts, and the reactions they provoked, has become the latest tabloid spectacle, yet beneath the headlines lies a textured human story of memory, trust, and the quiet labor of repair. According to multiple accounts circulating within celebrity circles, the episode began not with a confrontation but with a notification, a brief, glowing prompt on Hande's phone that captured Kerem's attention. The content of that notification, though never reproduced in full by respected outlets, is said to have carried lingering intimations of a shared past, phrasing that implied the sender's sense of unfinished business. When Kerem reportedly read the preview, the moment that followed was heavy with silence rather than theatrics. Friends close to the couple describe him as withdrawn, visibly contending with an uneasy blend of anger and bewilderment. For Hande, the aftermath appears to have been emotionally taxing. Privately, she is said to have confided in friends that the resurgence of contact from an ex has been a painful intrusion, one that dredges up memories she had hoped were settled. "It's painful when yesterday's stories are brought back to life without your consent," a confidant told reporters close to the situation. That defense, straightforward, earnest, and intended to calm the waters, nevertheless collided with the tabloid machine, which reinterpreted and amplified the episode into a crisis narrative. While the online conversation swirled, those nearest the participants attempted to control the damage in quieter ways. Sources close to the entrepreneur alleged that the messages had been innocent or had been misread, friendly overtures mistaken for something more. Whether this interpretation is true is a matter of contested testimony. It did not, in any case, pause the rumor mill. For some observers, the recurrence of Hakan Sabancı's name in connection with Hande relit anxieties about how past liaisons can complicate present relationships. Kerem's public footprint transformed in the weeks after the revelation. Where he had once been more forthcoming on social platforms, his engagement became noticeably restrained, his posts often focusing on broader values, references to respect, loyalty, and the inner work required to sustain emotional bonds. Insiders suggest that those posts functioned as understated missives, a way of communicating disappointment and a plea for consideration without casting additional scandal. Hande's own withdrawal, a hush rather than a flurry of denials, has been read by many as a protective tactic, an effort to shield the relationship from the corrosive effects of gossip. Beyond the immediate partners, parents and siblings stepped into the drama with characteristic familial pragmatism. Gamze Erçel, Hande's elder sister, is reported to have offered steady presence and practical counsel, seeking to soothe the actress during difficult moments. Kerem's family reportedly urged composure and reminded him of the dangers of allowing echoes of the past to derail the present. These family interventions, earnest, human, and occasionally fraught, highlight a side of celebrity life often overshadowed by headlines, the private networks that attempt to contain panic and foster repair. Meanwhile, tabloids reported deeper personal effects. Some accounts suggested that Hande experienced an emotional breakdown in private, so profound that she missed professional commitments for several days. Whether those accounts are accurate in their specifics, they do indicate a pattern familiar to people who face sudden, publicized distress. Performance obligations collide with vulnerability, and celebrities must navigate both with little privacy. Kerem, according to those close to him, tried to be a stabilizing presence, yet friends also describe his own struggle to process feelings he found difficult to set aside. Public reaction to Hakan Sabancı's role in these events has been mixed and at times unforgiving. While a faction of observers argued for charity and the benefit of the doubt, a louder contingent accused the former partner of complacent provocation, pointing to the silence that followed the matter as further evidence of indifference. In social commentary, silence is often read as admission or arrogance. In emotional conflicts, it is as likely to be strategic or simply wearying. As the dust settled, the couple reportedly decided to extract themselves from the relentless cycle of coverage and retreat for a short break away from the city. Close sources framed the trip as a deliberate attempt to rebuild, to reconstruct trust through shared time rather than performative statements. Friends described the decision as sensible and measured, to shore up the relationship's foundation in private rather than subject it to public triage. To our viewers, what do you think? Is a temporary return of an ex-partner's messages enough to destabilize a mature relationship? Or is it an unavoidable nuisance couples must navigate? Would a public show of unity, attending a major event together, be persuasive? Or is it merely a choreographed reassurance that fails to address deeper wounds? Write your thoughts below in the comments. We read every single one and love to spotlight the most thoughtful replies in our community segments. If you enjoy this deep dive coverage, please support us by clicking like and subscribing to Anything You Want. And if you want to take it one step further, join our channel by tapping the join button. Your support helps us keep bringing you well-researched, thoughtfully written stories like this one. And if you have a celebrity you want investigated or a rumor you want unpacked, tell us in the comments. Which Turkish star should we profile next? Should we follow this couple's next public appearance closely? Your suggestions guide our next episodes. Looking forward, several plausible trajectories remain. The couple may emerge from this pause with reinforced commitment, having navigated the episode's emotional terrain and turned a testing moment into an opportunity for deeper mutual understanding. Alternatively, the residue of suspicion could persist, creating small fissures that, combined with the pressures of fame and public attention, widen over time. For now, both parties appear to be choosing discretion and repair over performance and spectacle. A final note for the sympathetic reader: gossip headlines often strive for permanence, but human relationships are living things, subject to growth, regression, and renewal. The path from a jarring provocation to renewed trust is rarely linear, and for Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin, only time and mutually sustained action will tell whether this episode becomes a small, memorable turbulence or the opening of a more consequential rupture. Thank you for watching Anything You Want. If this story engaged you, please like, subscribe, and share, and don't forget to press the join button if you want to support our independent storytelling. We'll continue to follow this saga and bring updates as they emerge, always with the nuance and care our community expects. Until next time, who should we cover next? Drop names below, and we might feature them in our upcoming segment.